problem with the FSA guy sitting right here, and here's the NRCS guy over here. And we find my stuff is working. My problem is here. He can't help me with you. You can't help me with him. And if it's rural development, I got to find the county office that's got the rural development office in there and talk to the rural development person. See, education, USDA ought to give them bachelor's. You ought to get a bachelor's degree for navigating USDA. You know, now that's the best kept secret in the world. But all of those big commodity farmers, they know. That's why they don't have problems with risk, or when you look, you can see 3 or 4 generations. You know, somebody, we just did this cover crop and healthy soil thing. The Buffetts helped Sarah put it on. Well, Mr. Howard G. Buffett was there.
Mr. Buffett?
Oh yeah, they gave everybody those books. And Mr. Howard W. Buffett was there.
Oh, wow.
You know, well, his son, Ashley, is going to go in this business because it has been profitable. And with our kids, when they go away to college, when they come home, they got to come to the field. They got to come to the field because this is money. But if I pay them, and then when I go back, I started out showing my grandson some of the checks when the money come in. Ooh, the trick to that, but as soon as we get that check, we going to the chemical place. Now you're going to see what I got to give out of this check. And then on payday, you know, if I say payday is Thursday, don't be looking at me early Thursday morning. And then Thursday evening, I'm going to be kind of slow. And then my grandson, they wasn't washing the equipment. So I kept saying, yeah. And I know all my kids are spoiled. I kept saying, yeah, I'm a doctor, y'all. Get on this tractor again to this lawnmower, don't check that oil or whatever. I'm a doctor. It didn't happen for quite a while. It didn't take but one doctor. Didn't have to be for $10. Your money this week was $250. I'm gonna give you $225. I'm gonna give you $240. Just because you didn't check my oil. And they love me. And I'm gonna do a lot of spoiling. But I believe everybody in my family knows the difference in Barbara the mother, Barbara the granny, Barbara buying anything you want, and Barbara the work. Do we work good, Laura?
Yeah. Sun up to sundown.
It's different stuff.
I'll take a break just to get that roll right there. Get that roll. That was 3 hours ago.
It's a difference in, you know, and if you don't want to do it, don't take the job. I encourage them to take it because I try to show them whatever they want to do. See, all my life I've lived on, I was blessed to, my family owned the land that I walked on. So if I've got 53 acres on one road, it's only 25 acres of blueberries. We got all this frontage. So whatever it is you think you want to do, whatever your vision is, to me, seem like you could do it on that 53 acres because then you can make the route. There you go. Now, if you want to go off somewhere else and try to work in the 10-cent store or whatever, you follow the rules. Meanwhile, I'm going to be sitting here with my legs crossed.
Because you'll be back.
And then plus another good seller for young people is, where can you work 5 or 6 months out of the year because we live in a cold climate and have your money for year round? See, I can do this all winter. I'm not going to the field until probably May. I'm going to go soon to some of that snow leaf and see if I can berries, but basically work is not going to start till the end of May when I start putting down fertilizer. And I'm through the end of August. I've got checks coming in now from my berries last year.
Well, how did you do that?
Because, you know, farming is seasonal.
But how did you get money coming in?
Because some of my berries I get money right then. Like my berries go to Detroit Public Schools. With that money you can do fresh frozen. So when harvest came, they had ordered X amount of berries. I washed them, did them, processed them, put them in the freezer for them. So when they got the first bunch in October, got a check in November, then we had so much snow or whatever. So the last order they had, they just got here in February. So I got a check coming from that. this month. One of the growers that I let do my juice berries, when the associations first started, they used to put the stuff in cold storage and wait till after the fresh market is empty, and then they pay you because they get a higher price on the berries in the cooler or in the freezer starting in January. So you get those checks like starting February, March, April. You might get your last check in May when you back in the field and you know you got some money coming.
There you go.
But I don't work straight. And that's all part of risk management. Go ahead, huh?
So is there an agency that gives you financial education on how to do this? I know we learned about spend farming and how to get ready for it, but this...
Risk management agency.
Yes, ma'am.
They won't give you as an individual, but with the organizations you've got going now, I understand there's several here. Because I can remember early on, Jahari was pulling teeth, but she was steady telling me every time we talk or whatever. And I'm lucky because Jahari has family, and her grandfather lived where I live. Her grandfather and my grandfather were buddies. And they hunted together and stuff, so she's going to come there anyway. But every time we talk, I got this, and we doing this, and I got this. So now I'm looking, I'm telling you, I'm two and all. I am so proud of you guys. I don't know what to do for different people coming together. And then, like, everybody might not have the same goal, the same vision, the same projects. But what if here's a group? Here's a group. Here's a group. You guys work together in each of your groups. Everybody might have a different little something going. But then when you come together collectively, say, what if you want to have a workshop and say, I want the risk management people to come out and give me some risk management education.
Which they're
Or Jahari says that we're going to have it. But then everybody come. And then you get to talk and do whatever, but everybody's learning. And it's not costing anybody a dime, because what I found is most small farmers, when they had the off-the-farm jobs, even if I wasn't working and you were having a program, something I need to know now. I might need all this education, but if I'm off work, I either need to be at home tinkering on one of my pieces of equipment, because I got to go to work Monday, or I don't have the money. Gas is almost $4 a gallon. So when I do things, or say if she does a project, then in that money that they're going to give me for research and education, I'm going to give my farmers mileage. I'm going to feed them. I'm going to, if they need someplace to stay, I'm going to do that, because otherwise you can't come, even if it's something you need. And when the big universities get the money, so the land grant, they don't do that. All you get is a piece of paper. Government has recognized that. That's why they've started working with organizations. And see, it's for the benefit of all. You don't have to find something to do or ask for education thinking that you're scared to tell somebody. They're going to get what I got. You know, you've got to do better. We have got to do better as a people. And it's no difference in blacks, whites, Mexicans, Amish, whatever, because small is small. And you've just got to work together. And there's unity in numbers, and then people will come. I would be, and I want to come to y'all's graduation. Anyway, somebody would easily come from the government or from a foundation or anywhere to talk to 30 or 40 people as opposed to just 2. You think I'm going to drive from Springfield, Illinois down here, and for these 2 people, then I get here, one of them sick and one of them had to go to work. Just common sense stuff, and you'll grow. And everybody will be a success. And if you're taking your product to Chicago to market and theirs need to go, take yours. They ain't going to mind giving you 10 cents a bag or whatever. And then next week they might be going, and you all send yours. Just work together.
Well, I'm just taking a break. This is about a break time if you're ready.
Okay. And we can be, yeah.
I got one
No 5 minutes.
You mentioned these acronyms, rural development, NRCS, FSA. I sort of understand how they work, and because you kind of explained it. But are those the 3 big, the ones we really need to hone in on, or are there?
Depends on what you want to do. If you're looking
We just started out.
Okay, if you're looking, say, what if you don't have a farm and you want some land? or if you bought some land but you need some operating cash. FSA is the big dog, that's why they think they don't have to follow rules. And the loan officers in your county office, the way the system is set up is so sad. Each FSA office has a loan officer and a secretary. This man has the ability to loan you $400,000 cash without making a phone call. So after a while, he begins to think that he's God. They don't get flagged or anything. That is the agency that all these settlements, these discrimination things is coming from. Kingford, whatever, Hispanic women, white women, black farmers or whatever, because they have been discriminating for years. And there's all kind of tricks. So if you go in there and meet with him today and he give you all these papers, he ain't going to make it sound good. He's going to make it hard as he can because he has the ability. He can give you $200,000 plus some to buy a farm. He can give you $200,000 farm operating money. Now you're going to have to pay it back. And sometimes the rules might say go to a bank and be turned down because it's supposed to be for low-income people and people with bad credit. But their interest rates is low. I don't suggest nobody go to a bank because the bank won't take money every 30 days first. That's right. If you're beginning, they got what they call that set aside. You can have 5 years to pay off till your land start making money and start paying. The interest rates are lower, you can get that deferment. Plus, they got too much land. They really don't want yours. It's about 7 different things you can do. If you get behind and mess up before they want your land, they can stop. You don't have to lose your land. So these people, they'd rather save it to somebody who don't look like you. One of their tricks is if you start out, and today is March 8th, and he sent you a letter where you didn't have this, come back in and bring this in. When you come back in, then he says sign and date. Well, now it's March 21st. So he don't tell you just initial that original date, because that pushes you farther back in line. So when my neighbor comes in, you know, because it's pots of money. Is somebody else?
I know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Number one, I'd like to have your card.
Okay.
Number.
I'm in the I can write it down. Okay,
That's number one. Right.
Okay.
Your email.
Okay.
And then the next thing is that this is like, if you have land and you have nothing on there, and you might, and you want to use your, for farming, can you use some of that grant to like build a house on it? Or can you situate it in some kind of way that, because you have to live on your land.
Right. You don't have to, but you can. And then in some areas, now rural development, you usually buy a tract of land with a house, and you don't have to live on there.
Okay, but I
We'll try to find some with one, or they'll put modulars, and sometimes maybe if you get the land, rural development will put that modular and put that house. But what if you said if you buy 20 acres? Rural development really is supposed to only deal with a house and 5 acres. So what I've had them do is they will, the rural development guy, if they want to work with you, they will discount that land, and they will only work with 5 acres in that house.
Okay.
To put that house on the rural development, they prefer to buy you, because it's going to have to be up to code house.
Okay.
They prefer to buy, you buy new modular or build a house within your limitations or whatever, as opposed to getting something all run down and raggedy and then got to bring it up to code.
Right.
But if you're in somewhere that's under 5,000 people, just do rural development, you know, you can get that in 5 acres.
I'm going for the rural development 502 loan, but I'm afraid to start farming before I get the house because they said you can't make any money off the land. How can I get around that?
Okay, let me ask you this first. The 502 is part of the 504. Are you over 62?
Yes.
Okay, did they offer you the 504?
No.
You know what the 504 is?
Repair.
No, the 504, see that section, they have grants and loans. And what we fought with in my county, because if you're 62 or over and don't have over 10,000 in the bank, I want them to give you, there's $7,500 of free money anybody 62 and over could get.
That's perfect, a lot of years in here.
Like I did it when water came to COVID, all my seniors, you know, and our guy was a friend or whatever, just knew him or whatever. But anyway, he brought his staff down. That's how my field day started. He brought the staff, he made the staff come to COVID to our little township and sit outside. and we bought all our little grandmothers and everybody in that, had one house and needed this money for water. And what they do with that, now I'll get back to your question, with the 504, when they give you, they say you get, they'll do it like a credit thing. So you got $700 a month coming in and your living expenses is $550. They know you can't afford no loan. Or if it's $600, whatever. So they'll award you the $7,500. Now this year, what if your furnace go out this year? Say it costs $1,000. So they give you that furnace and throw that folder back in the thing. 2 years from now, you need a roof. That's two. They come back, they grab that folder. You don't have to spend it all at once. So that's what the 504 does. And they'll try not to give it to you depending on how they're willing to work with you. And see, USDA at Washington level, this secretary we have now, he has this new thing, cultural transformation. They're supposed to become customer friendly with you. If they're not customer friendly, you call somebody. Or you call me. Because they've got to do their job. They make oodles of money. When I travel for USDA, we don't have to sleep in a room with nobody. They're going to pay for my travel. They're going to pay for my tips. They're going to pay for my food. We ain't broke. And then they've got people everywhere, and some of them are not doing anything, but you have to help them do their job.
Right.
So now back to your question, and then say, what if you got a decent income on you over 62? I've had people where they'll give you part of their 502. Say, what if you want $5,000? They might give you $2,500 in the 504, and they like to mix it. That's easy. Grant, and then they'll tell you we'll give you the other 25 in the loan. So just like, and in the literature, it should
I'm
say.
building a house from scratch.
But in the literature, could you use $7,500?
Yeah.
I sure can.
Okay, so in the literature, you look at that pamphlet that you got, because in our county, the 502 and the 504 is in the same information. It's just a slash. It says 504, or 502, 504, loan grant program. Ask them, can you get part of that 504 money? That's all you got to do.
Okay.
Hold